Welcome back to Wayne TV. We have a very special guest with us today from the Wayne County Museum.
Yes.
Go ahead and tell everybody who you are.
My name is Jennifer Kuykendall. I'm the director of the Wayne County Museum.
Yes.
That's located right here downtown in Goldsboro.
So much always going on at the museum.
There
I mean,
is.
literally all the time.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
you know, it's funny, we're very fortunate to have a museum like this one. We were talking a little bit before we got started about how much history there is in this area. And I tell you, every time there's a new exhibit rotating through the museum. So it's February, of course.
Of course.
And it's Black History Month. And you guys have an impressive exhibit for Black History Month.
Well, yes, the first exhibit of the year for us is always a topic of Black history, local Black history. And this year we are exploring, the title of the show is Culture and Community. And it's about the history of some of the historic Black neighborhoods of our past. And in doing different interviews with people, you know, over the years since I've been here, I kept hearing about neighborhoods I really didn't know about. I mean, when people would say the block, I was like, now what was the block?
Yeah.
You know, and they're like, oh, James Street, or, you know, Little Washington. And I was like, where exactly was that? Or, you know, Webtown and Parkstown. And some of the different, I mean, I knew about Dillard High School, of course, because we did an exhibit on Dillard. But I never knew about Central High School, which is in Parkstown, which is sort of part of the Elroy community.
Okay.
And so really, we wanted to explore the things that make these communities communities, you know, the businesses, the churches, the schools, the people. And we learn, every time we do one of these exhibits, we learn a lot.
Yeah.
And we meet a lot of people, and it's always great because they share their memories with us.
Absolutely.
And have done interviews with some of the elders in the community, like Ms. Ernestine Wooten, who's 96 and has a better memory than I do, in all honesty. And so she told us stories about growing up in Little Washington and how tight-knit the community was. And she's very involved in First African Church, First African Baptist Church, I should say. And kind of how that all started and what churches were spun out of that church and the history. And so we've really have learned a lot, and we've learned that there's this great source of pride in these communities that a lot of them are really, there's not much left there because of flooding in Little Washington, urban renewal. And after desegregation, you know, those neighborhoods kind of broke up. But during segregation, they were sort of oasis spaces, you know, that they were cities basically within our city. They had their own police that, you know, their block was James Street, which everybody calls the block, which is in basically downtown.
Right here.
But really, you know, you hear the block or the Black Business District, but we learned about each business and the people who own those businesses, you know, from the only insurance company that, if you were African American back in the day, that you could get insurance from. So it's been very interesting, and there is this real sense of pride, and there are so many reunions that still go on. And the alumni parades from these schools that are huge. So they're really trying to preserve these memories, and we're trying to share the memories because an awful lot of young people have no idea, you know, about these communities or the importance to the communities.
True.
So we're very happy to explore that and to share that.
I was talking with somebody recently about that. You know, all these alumni groups and things like that. I was like, my alumni group was never that big.
I know,
and
right?
There's so many local ones that are huge.
Like Dillard High School, their alumni, it spreads out all over the country. And, you know, they have this homecoming parade, and it brings thousands of people
huge.
to downtown.
It's
And
huge.
you know, that's wonderful that people are trying to preserve
Absolutely.
the closeness of those places.
So a ton of great history that you guys have unveiled for this. Tell us how people can come see these exhibits and find out more.
Well, our exhibits are always free to the public, and they're open during our open hours.
Yeah.
And so that's Tuesday through Friday from 11 to 4. And then on Saturdays, we have extended our hours, so we're open from 10 to 6.
Oh, awesome.
To give people and families kind of more of an opportunity
Yeah.
to come in. Or they can check us out on Facebook or our website,
Yeah.
or give us a call at 919-734-5023.
Awesome.
And we are also excited because at the end of the month is going to be
Yeah.
our first Black History walking tour.
That's so cool.
Yeah, we do one on the first Saturday of the month that's just downtown,
Yeah.
the history of downtown. And so this is going to be the first time we are exploring and taking people on a history walk of places that are important to our
Absolutely.
local Black history.
It's starting to warm up a little bit too. Like,
Yeah, I
fingers
walk.
crossed the weather's going to be really nice for that walking tour.
Yes, because sometimes, it's weather permitting,
Yep.
and the last few have not
Yep.
permitted. But
That's super exciting. Like you
Yep.
said, the museum posts everything on their Facebook page, also on the website, and it's right here downtown. And I do urge everybody. I mean, it's really cool that we have such a local, unique museum because there's all the time stuff rotating in and out of this museum.
yes, there's always something different to see. We have 3 special main exhibits a year, but we're always rotating the other cases
Yeah.
all the time. So there's usually something to see, and we want to make sure at different points in the year that everybody sees their history
Yep.
represented.
For the Black History celebration, how long is that going on till? Just
Well,
till the end of the month? Or?
No,
Okay.
no. We believe Black History is 365
Yeah.
a year, and so this exhibit will run through probably the first week of May.
Okay. That's great. I mean, you got
yeah.
plenty of time to go check it out.
Plenty of opportunity, yeah, and
Great.
we would we'd love people to come check it out.
Awesome. Anything else we need to talk about today?
No, just come to the museum,
Yeah.
enjoy downtown.
Absolutely.
Especially with spring coming up, it's beautiful, and there's so much to do downtown.
Absolutely. A lot of great events going on at the museum. Plays upstairs. I mean, just all
Yes.
kinds of fun stuff. So
Yeah.
that is the main message: is get out downtown, explore the options that you have available to you, and check out this great museum presentation of Black history here in Goldsboro. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Anytime, we appreciate it. And again, you can find out more about the Wayne County Museum on Facebook or at their website. We'll see you again soon.